What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Nexus Gaming Series Season 7. We're here with some Div A action. I got my man B-Train co-casting here. The only guy likely to B-step you from the observer position. B-Train, how you doing tonight?
Outside of that absolute blasphemous fact, I'm doing fantastic, my guy. Ready for Division 7, or not Division 7, Season 7, Division A. We got a spicy matchup tonight, and I feel like it's going to be one of the greatest kickoffs for the season that we could have actually hoped for.
Yeah, dude, pretty excited about this matchup here. We got two heavy hitter teams from Div A. Fun fact about Team Training Wheels, if you take a look at that logo right there, you'll never guess who drew that, who they commissioned to draw that. That's pretty awesome. Carbot. A bunch of dudes riding a tricycle.
The Carbot logos will forever be my favorite.
Sweet. We're setting up the match right now, guys. We should be going to... Stand by. Working on that.
Looks like Towers of Doom is our first game. And Towers is a fantastic map for a series to start off on. I know last season there was a lot of Infernal Shrines, but I feel like Towers is another one of the maps where there's kind of like a small taste of everything. So it's like a good feeling grounds for the teams. They can actually kind of gauge each other really well.
Yep, a lot of macro involved just to see how everyone's rolling. Also can be one of those maps where you just see some wacky comps busted out. So pretty excited to see what these teams have for us here.
Yeah, the meta for Towers has always been pretty similar. Heroes, there was a while where Abba Samuro was disgusting because you would get one of those late game situations where you get 2 kills. The Samuro just takes literally the entire map away from the other team. So
Yeah.
there's different ways to play it. You can go for that hard anchor in the bottom lane, or you can go for a setup that just revolves around stretching the entire map thin, and then just your opponents have nowhere to go because they're so behind.
Yep. Awesome. Still getting the game set up here. Still got a couple of dudes from, looks like, Team Training Wheels to get into the game here.
And I think Team Training Wheels, or is Team Training Wheels on the right?
Let's see. Confused is on Team Training Wheels.
Yep. So Team Training Wheels, this was not their map choice, so they'll have first pick. So we'll see how they want to prioritize bans. We'll see if they want to start off immediately with the spice, as I know some teams do. They kind of just come out swinging.
Yeah.
Or if, this map, honestly, what I want to see from these teams is I want to see if anybody takes aggressive positioning and cutting off that rotations from mid to bottom and just kind of asserts dominance at level 1. Just kind of putting it on the table.
About to get the bands up here in a second. See what you think about that, B-Train. We got Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis banned out by the blue team, and then we got Infernal Shrines and Tomb of the Spider Queen banned out. Are you getting any reads on what these guys like to play based on those bans?
Well, which team banned Braxis and BOE?
That's going to be Rewind.
Okay, that's interesting to me because those are the only 2-lane maps that we have in rotation for this season, with lots of emphasis on kind of point control. BOE in a different sense. BOE is a lot of team fighting, posturing, getting a pick, and then you can fight on Immortal. But it's kind of a similar aspect. Sometimes you just have to set up that campsite around your Immortal and protect it until you can find a way to get the advantage back. And Braxis is the same thing. Braxis has a lot of onus on your solo laner being able to win their lane to either draw a double team or a rotation, or your 4-man just has to win. So I feel like the 2-lane maps spell that maybe they don't have a lot of comps that feature these super strong 4-mans. Maybe they look for more 1-1-3 style.
Yeah.
I'm probably overreaching, but just to me, banning both the 2-lane maps is kind of just a weird thing.
Yeah, it's kind of funky. Chat, just so you know, this is my first stream. So if you guys see any issues with audio levels or anything like that, any sort of stuttering, let me know in the chat, and I'll work to fix that with my man B-Train here.
And looking at these comps, I actually have played with a lot of the players from Rewind, Ryokai, Fade, and Chaotic. They're good players, and I remember playing with Fade. He loves playing, like, so we played in the free agent combine thing together just because I was still looking for people for the season, and we busted out like a main tank Kerrigan strat. And it, like, he's totally about to bust out some weird stuff. So like, if they have that opportunity, I think if we see some shenanigans, it could be from Rewind.
Roger that. So this pick is by, let's see, who picked this map? This is going to be Team Training Wheels?
No, I think it's Rewind.
No, it's Rewind. Yeah,
Training Wheels has first pick.
You're right.
So we got the family in chat. We already got people pouring in here. We got Monkus, Sheej, Ryokai, Chaotic, and Key already in here supporting the family. And as we're hopefully going to get through this this lobby phase into the more important drafting phase, I want to go ahead and commend the team on the right for giving Taco the crown. Taco, obviously, if you have a name like Taco Cat, that's the best name in the game, hands down already. I'm not going to dispute it. So giving Taco the crown, I'm about it, you know.
Taco crown like a Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell, man. I had Taco Bell yesterday. Also, I'm not spoiling your comp. Chill, Queen. I promise. And hopefully, I think we're
waiting on one more. We've got readies across the board. Have fun. Good luck's going out.
See, that's what I don't like to see. Sportsmanship, nah. You guys got to get salty from draft. Like, you gotta have banter. It's what it's about here at NGS.
No respect.
No. Just the utmost disrespect is required. It's competitive disrespect. That's what this league needs. Taco is actually a dog. Spread the word. Okay, we got Love Noodles coming through, dropping a bomb in chat.
Yikes.
Taco could be playing with a disadvantage. No opposable thumbs. Could be a pain.
Dude, or is that a spoiler alert? Is he going to play the Rexar? Rhaegar.
Yeah,
he's a dog.
There we go. I mean, or could it be Greymane? Greymane's a doggo.
50% of the time, every time he's a dog.
Dude, wait. But that's what Rhaegar is.
Math.
Now we need to discuss, what if he's playing Rhaegar? Then he's 100% doggo. Or he's only 25% doggo because it's double 50.
All right.
And yeah, also, Saiyan bringing up a good point. This is a map where dual soaking, that top mid, is a thing with like Malthiels or, as we've experienced, Zools. Leo can also do it. And post level 4, Chen can do it okay. Dahaka kind of similar. So we'll see if they want to prioritize that.
What are the odds that we see a wacky Lost Vikings here, dude?
Literally not a chance. We're the only team that's going to play Vikings this season.
Copy that. All right, let's go with your prediction here, dude. Who do you think's going to take map 1?
Oh, dude, we got to wait for the draft. I mean, like, obviously, if you pick the map, like, I'm going to go for the team that picks the map just because it means, like, hopefully they have something for it. But I think draft tells us a lot because teams that are willing to play more wonky stuff usually they practice it, or they at least have, you know, like, I don't want to say one trick because that's kind of a disrespectful way to put it, but like, there are those people who are just really good at really weird stuff. So like, you'll have that one random guy who even post rework is like one of the most crazy chromy people ever, and you fear it. So, you know, we'll see if they have any of those like kind of aces up the sleeves. And I think draft will be a better indicator of that and who could take this game.
Truth, you speak it. Just want to thank Ryokai, B-Train, my man, and Keyhots. Thanks for the follows. You can look forward to some spicy action all season on this channel. Unless I'm playing, that'll be the spiciest of actions.
Wait, then you get the POVR games.
POV stream?
Oh, wait. We got it. We got the portrait synergy coming through. I'd like it. Rewind. Let's get it. They got the kitties. They're 3 for 5 right now. They're 60%. We're gonna have to get Doom. And who do you think to step up here and you know, accept that mantle? You know, that mantle of leadership.
It's really the biggest drama we've had so far in this match, and I'm just waiting for someone to lock that portrait in.
we got the magical R button. So the Portrait Synergy getting called out, Rewind getting spicy, saying that they have more participation in team portraits than team training wheels. So
All right, looks like we got readies. You ready, B-Train?
Dude, I'm always ready, man.
Why did I even ask?
Always ready.
Going to Towers of Doom.
All right, top 4 bands. I'm calling it now. I'm gonna call Abathur. I'm gonna call Zeratul. I'm gonna call Maiev, and I'm gonna call Anubarak. Right now, putting it on the table. Don't at me.
All right, okay. Got to keep track of this all season. See how we're doing.
I mean, we can. I have zero indication of who these teams play, so that's like a completely just out of my pocket picks. Well, we see. We'll see.
All right, coming to the first band, Zeratul Snap Band, dude.
I'm one for 4 right now. Let's go, baby.
Are they listening?
Dude, they're
here we go.
All right,
here we go.
So I nailed the 2 best ones. These 2 I'm not sure about. It's got to be the Beetle or Maiev. I'm calling it, boys.
I'm gonna go with Ana.
Ooh, also Anduin is playable. He wasn't playable at the end of playoffs last season when he was released. Woo! Medivh band.
Okay.
So Anduin is playable. He wasn't ready at the end of last season. Also, Rework Chen and Chromie haven't been played in GS yet, so those heroes are also available.
Truth. With the Joe band on
new.
Rewind side. All right.
I feel like that's kind of a targeted ban. I usually don't see her go that early, but they
leaving
did
the
give
Anubarak open pretty ballsy.
Yeah, I think Anub is much better in competitive play because his diving can be rewarded. You give him those dive buddies like Genji Greymane. But at the same time, Anub's squishy, man. Like, you take a couple auto attackers, you just nuke that bad boy down. So there's also that coordinated counterplay.
Right. All right, we got the Ana and Sylvanas pickup, so gonna be tough to battle through that sort of healing with Ana and the damage that Sylvanas can spill out.
Yeah, Sylvanas and Ana also have decent cocoon burn. We're gonna see the Tyrande Raynor follow up. I like this. They have a stun chain. You know, Anub has the 1-2, Tyrande has the easy follow up, and Raynor's just steady, consistent damage. So right now their draft isn't too one way or the other. So I actually really like the flexibility here from Trading Wheels.
Yeah, definitely looks like a decent blow up comp here. Catch that Sylvanas out of position.
That's a really wonderful ban. I would have hated to have seen a Jaina on the side of Training Wheels. I figure if they get that Jaina, like, their solo laner doesn't even matter.
All right.
And then I think the Ana Sylvanas, that's a kind of a weak backline. So I think you have to pick up a really strong peeling tank. ETC is kind of like the first thing I think about. So we'll see if they want to have something for those peels.
Ooh.
I talked about it.
That's gotta be targeted at someone there.
Yeah, that's
surprising on the Samuro ban.
You don't see a lot of bans unless you know somebody plays the hero, just because like the amount of micro control that a player has to have for Samuro, if they don't do it correctly, he doesn't get that much value. So you have to really have someone who maximizes that. But they are still going to get a global in Dahaka, which is, I think, a really strong pickup.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And the Hanzo
backline. Ooh.
Ooh, the Kerrigan. Yikes. So this could be, dude, we got you dead to rights. Bye-bye.
Yeah, this is pretty much high.
What? Excuse me?
I'm getting up from my computer.
The Probius, game 1. Season 7, boys. Get ready. Strap on.
I can't even sit down. I'm sitting here looking at this. And I've just got my hands on my knees. I'm breathless, knees weak, arms spaghetti. Dude, it's a Probius. Like, this game's already 4v5. Like, what are you gonna do now?
And the Garrosh.
I like the Garrosh, but I don't think it's enough, man. I don't think they have enough peels. I can't even
Yeah,
sit down.
they're
Like
gonna have issues.
what?
All right, did we get any swaps here? I don't think so. All right.
Wait. He's okay. We have word from Munkus. He's a really good Probius, like GM level Probius, but it's still now. All jokes aside, Probius is an actually like absolute disgusting hero if somebody plays him. But his issues are still glaring.
Yeah, they're going to be reliant on him not getting caught out and them being able to land these combos that they've got set up here. So we'll see.
They're going to rely on Probius sitting in the base away from all 5 heroes that are on the map.
Yeah. Interesting matchup we got. Pretty exciting. What do you think, dude?
So,
who do you like?
remember how I said, like, if they got Jaina in their fort, man, it wouldn't matter what their offlane was?
Mhm.
Well, I lied. I mean, the Kerrigan, like, they're kind of all in with the Kerrigan now. I mean, sure, they can literally one-shot anybody on this team. Maybe outside of the Garrosh, within a full CC combo. But their front line's weak as well. And I think if Garrosh gets, like, one of those weird, like, if Garrosh gets a flip onto Kerrigan or Probius or Tyrande, they're self-sustain. Like, it's not like Raynor, he can just press E and get that armored. Like, those people die instantly.
Yeah, I agree. All right, B-Train, we are in it. Let's go.
Heck yeah, brother.
All right, looks like we got the blue team on the left. Rewind, we got Chaotic Order on the Hanzo. We got Doom Elite on Dahaka, Ryokai on Sylvanas. What do you think on Ana? And Fade playing the Garrosh.
And on the right, the team with more memes than I have rips in my jeans. We got Pork Chop on the Probius, Killer Pony on the Beetle, Z-Mill on Kerrigan, Confused on Raynor, wondering what happened in this draft, and Taco Cat on Tyrande, looking to get Smexy with them arrows.
All right, just some general poking going on to start this draft off. What do you think about the talent picks? Nothing too crazy so far.
I forgot to put my my Aliobs back on, so mine's all janky. But looking at the talents, level 1, we do get the regen master from a noob, and we're gonna get the throw onto Confused. Gets hit by the grenade, but gonna peace out. And the big trade damage coming onto Garrosh. Armor wasn't enough. That's first blood, 53 seconds, and on a Garrosh, much less. The one person I said they're not gonna one shot.
Yeah, pretty tough there with that sort of comp before he gets his unstoppable. Lot of CC going out, and he just couldn't make it out there. Probe up top doing probe things. And now we're just going to kind of settle into the laning phase.
There's 2 builds that I see that I would like to discuss. Probius neglected to not take a level 1 talent. Going into that Photon Cannon build, you got to collect the minerals from the lane. On all seriousness, when you get it stacked, those turrets are a monster, but instant burrow in, a noob now has no escape, but they're targeting.
Looks like an invade training wheel is just going for these just CC chain, but Dahaka gets the drag there on the back line, and Taco Cat goes down, followed by Confused.
And that's the global.
And now we're going to get another kill with the toss from Garrosh on Zamil, so pretty good reaction to the invade there for Rewind.
Yeah, that's the risky run when you don't have the global, and I mean Probius is gonna take, you know, kind of the first half of this wall, gonna get a tower and probably the gate, but the bottom lane is the biggest priority on this map. Yeah, and they already have the Sapper camp coming through, and Sylvanas has that Merc Queen.
Yeah, gonna get a lot of value here down bot. I imagine their strategy is just gonna be let Probe do his thing up top while they just force it down the throat in bottom lane.
They get the throw onto Tyrande. She is gonna piece out of there, but those sappers go through. Wait a minute. Anu burrowing in from the side. Fade is a little far forward, but I don't think they're gonna have the CC to bring him down. And all the meanwhile, Probius has just set up his campground between these top and mid lanes, and he is double soaking against this Dahaka.
Yeah, does not need to construct more pylons here. He is running this top and mid lane.
He's already sitting at like 40 stacks on that turret quest, so...
Here we go for the first altar phase. Looks like we got a heavily contested bot, and each team is going to grab their respective top altars.
Yeah, Hanzo was lingering mid for a little bit. Looked like he was going to get the interrupt on Probius, but it didn't actually come out.
Here comes the
Dahaka
burrow.
coming in.
Double stun from Kerrigan. And they're going to be able to channel that altar.
Yeah, Probius also gets down here. Probius without a mount has the you know, he's got the zoom. He's kind of like Sergeant Hammer, and he can fly down, but not always as fast as Dahaka. That true global, I think, is going to be the telltale in this early game.
Yep. All right, looking at some of our stacks. Garrosh about a quarter of the way there, and a noob. Yeah, Probius almost done with that quest there. So. Getting a little bit of focus here, bot lane.
And I wonder if Dahaka has Brush Stalker up. This could be invaded. I don't think it's back up yet, so I think this is just going to be a free camp grab.
Yeah, although they're moving, they're positioning for it. The Garrosh is rolling in. He's on the point. Gets a toss out, but it's going to be too much focus on him if he's not careful. Oh, Zumi will get real low here, and Anoob's got to burrow out, so... Good invade there for Rewind.
Yeah, didn't even need the global. It appeared anyway. They'd already won it, but I think maybe just the call was a little more as like a security feature. It is 2 sets of sappers now with the Merc Queen talent. Also, Probius finished that that quest for the minerals for the turrets at about, I think, 3 minutes or 4 minutes, which now rewards them with more damage, and they reveal cloak and can see over walls.
Yikes. Getting some vision on the camp there. Now we're going to have a fight here bottom. Both teams, even talent tiers, experience relatively close. And now this is where Training Wheels is going to kind of struggle. All their cooldowns are on the...
Probius gets the cap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I guess when you play basically a minion and you have a really small hitbox, it's hard to hit them. So able to get out there and not hit the interrupt. Hanzo and Sylvanas have lots of poke, lots of interrupts. So I think maybe later in the game a little bit, you know, maybe better communication to call us that won't happen. But early in the game, Towers of Doom, it's tied 32-32, and you know what better can you ask?
Yeah, especially beginning of the season, teams are just trying to figure out what's going on, dude. And Probius back on his way top.
The little worker that could.
Monkus Beaver would like us to highlight the fact that that Hanzo missed his Q on a minion. Pretty tough to hit those. Those guys are squirrely.
We don't point those out. I may or may not have missed a Sonya Spear on a Tychus turret once.
Anoob's got to use the burrow to get out of there, and now kind of just seeing some bullying here with the Garrosh as these are going to march these Merc Queen minions, or Mercs down the lane here.
Yeah, we don't see Kerrigan a lot as 10s are coming online. They're going to try to get this last minion killed, but I don't know if they can actually step up that much. We do have Taunt, Dragon's Arrow, Wailing Arrow.
Here comes the Black
Isolation.
Arrows. And Garrosh is in there. They got 10s. Oh, we got a deep dive with no 10s here. And they're going to miss the combo, but save the fort. And 10s are out for both teams. We get a Cocoon on Garrosh, and just relentless.
Z-Mill hitting that raw Kerrigan stun on the Hanzo after getting the lucky Q drag over the wall. We do see the 1-for-1 trade here at the top. But I was going to discuss this early game. So for Kerrigan, she doesn't get played a lot in the meta anymore. She's one of those, she's kind of like a Butcher-esque hero. She wins hard, up levels, and with momentum in her favor. And I was going to say, with this crazy dive comp, Training Wheels was playing a lot on the back foot, and I feel like that's not their strength, but They got those level 10s. They turned that around, and an excellent stun chain and engage from Kerrigan really turned that fight once they got that Hanzo.
Yeah, she just locked onto that Ana afterwards, and just no chance of getting away.
Kerrigan did back.
Any surprise ults here?
Now we got the Pylon
No,
overcharge.
looks like everything.
Eye of Horus is the only thing that gets me.
Yeah. Nano boosted Sylv would have been a little scary, but
I mean, Nano boosted Hanzo's even just terrifying. They are going to turn this tower off and start this engage 3v4.
there goes the cocoon out on Garrosh, and they might just want to. Well, they're going for it.
Taunt's going to get burned. Raynor was sleeping, so kind of an overlap.
Yeah. Looks like Training Wheels is taking the advantage here, backing them off, and they're just gonna. Looks like we may need a pause here.
That's going to be you. You're referee, so you got to hit pause break. There you go. That's Munkus.
Hurt. All right. Looks like we got.
For future lobbies, make sure that you're not referee, just because this is on players. Like, we're not refs on matches, we're just casters. So it helps, like, if they have DCs there in comms, they know, so it's a little bit easier for them.
Raj.
Just give them a countdown, and then you have the authority. The fight carries on, and it looks like they burn Ultra. Nobody goes down. Porkchop is here setting up his happy home with the pylons, though. Looking to really zone off this mid tower or temple shrine, whatever it is.
Yep, and they're able to maintain control of this bottom fort while they grab both altars here. So definitely an advantage here going out for Training Wheels.
Yeah, that's 10 shots. They're going to get the big combo onto Noob. They're going to burn the sleep and the taunt, and Noob's going to get the burrow up with the combo onto Ryokai on the top.
Oh. A Noob so low there, and they couldn't finish out the kill.
Yeah, a little bit of stack CC with the sleep and the taunt, and that overlap is just minute, but that could be the difference between that kill there. So,
yeah,
you know, if they start cleaning that up, it is still only the first match. So I feel like these are early season jitters, and I feel like maybe next game we'll see a different story.
Yeah, it seemed like he was dead to rights there, and they just kind of missed it a little bit. Siege and Ziltoid, thanks for the follows, guys.
This is one of those maps where the early game is important. It's good to get a stranglehold on your opponent, but late game on this map, throws are one of the biggest possibilities to getting 6 cap. So, you know, this game is still 100% up in the air. Until that boss becomes a win factor, you know, none of these games are ever really looking like they're going to just be one-sided. So we'll see. I honestly, I don't know how well Probius scales into the late game, but I know Hanzo and Sylvanas at 16 are very happy heroes.
Yep. Problem is, experience still pretty even. Yep, you're down a few tower shots, but nothing that can't change in this map. I will show you a highlight of me throwing a game 40-1 in this map.
And the Cocoon does come out. Garrosh instantly getting burned out. They're going to get the Dahaka dig coming through. Sylvanas does escape. Dragon Arrow committed as well. The big turn combo. Eye of Horus dropped with the Black Arrow from Sylvanas, getting the 4-man silence, turning this fight 5v4, while Probius is capping top, and Taco Cat running for her life, but I don't think she's going to make it.
Ooh, no, B-Train. That Garrosh throw of Sylvanas out of there saved that fight, and she was able to come back out, toss in her arrow, and silence the whole team, and it turned it around for them.
My God, Porkchop. See, that's the Storm League special. Your 5th person doesn't come to the fight, but they double cap the top 2 towers, and you still get 8 shots out of that.
Painful. No real answer so far from Rewind on that problem. Dahaka's just kind of maintenance at this point.
Yeah, Doc is running emergency protocols and control, trying to keep the top 2 lanes intact. But the Sappers do get through bottom, and they still have 1 left. Garrosh can into the fray into the kill zone and get instant shots, but you got to be a little bit closer.
Looks like we got some 16s coming online for Rewind here. We'll get the Earthshaker, so stunning enemies for Garrosh. We'll see if that allows for their CC chain to get a little better.
And they do get that Sapper in. They got the shot. They are down to 10 to 23.
Small victories.
This is kind of a weird rotation. The 4-man top.
And Will of Forsaken coming out for Sylvanas to help with the CC.
It's weird. 8 people or 9 people rotate top when the next altar spawns in the bottom.
Feels bad.
I like the safe rotation out from training wheels here.
Yep. Fade setting up for a ward here, maybe a possible engage. He's going to be surrounded. Indom out. He's going to get stunned. Oh, he might go down here. Good arrow from Hanzo, but he's... Oof.
That set of arrows was huge, but Probius got the home defense system online. ADT dropping Dumoulin. And right now we're going to see the big combo onto Ana and Sylvanas. Both going to get away. Crystal is being used by Kerrigan.
I have Horus out to delay, and we're going to see even more shots going out here. 6 remaining.
That was an insane pair of arrows, but I do like the choice to not cocoon Garrosh. There are usually people cocoon the Garrosh and go straight past him, but they had Garrosh so far away from the team, just dead to rights. They were able to just cocoon the backline, just nuke through Garrosh, which we don't see a lot. And in return, they were able to turn 2 fantastic, basic 5-man ults from Syl and Hanzo into a winning fight for Training Wheels.
Yeah, that was an extremely aggressive ward from Garrosh, and just he had no way out of there, even after Indom. He had to pop it too early.
Now Probius is going to do Probius things. Just going to control the map and basically not let Dahaka ever have a chance to, if they want to get on 20 tiers, which, you know, this game's 6 to 23, they're going to have to fight pre-20 at least once.
Yeah.
But getting to that 20 tiers is going to be difficult.
We do have sappers up on the right side, but it looks like they're just planning on holding down this fort here in the bottom while Probius does his thing. Race to 20 is on, and I think Training Wheels has the advantage for sure.
Outside of a super favorable fight, I'd like to see them just create a wall and try to 1-for-1 this.
Yeah. Garrosh pretty far forward. Yeah, and now it just looks like Rewind is on the back foot here.
Good stun from Pony. Gonna force the Isle Horse and the Cocoon.
Cocoon's out. Fade's super low, and he's... yeah.
It's a really good stun. I mean, Hanzo has nowhere to go. He's a dead man walking
Kerrigan.
Right now.
That's a 2 for nothing. And we looks like we might get a cap and a boss. Well, we might get a kill on a noob. Nope, he makes it out of there. And GG.
That was a spicy ending. Kind of a desperate situation, and I think kind of just a misread. I think I would have liked to have seen Rewind just try to go for the 1-for-1 there. They're still alive, and then it just comes down to a boss pit or another level 20 fight. They could have just gone 1-for-1 there, and I feel like maybe either they just didn't recognize it or they just didn't want to deal with that level 20. So the Hanzo overextended, try to get the interrupt, the great stun out from a Nubarak to interrupt that, the Cocoon even being committed, and they were able to get the bot cap for free, and then they took a 4v5.
Yeah, that was just a battle of CC with your offlaner just handling the other 2 lanes, and Rewind just had no answer for the amount of CC they were able to put down on him. Dude, what a game.
Probius has a 100% win rate in NGS, and I'm upset about it.
Yikes. Oh boy.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about their early game. Their comp was one of those super aggressive, like just bang, bang, bang comps, but they played on the back foot for most of the game. Sorry, my phone's going off. I'll mute that. They played on the back foot for like most of the game until level 10. After like that one invade went kind of weird. But once they got their 10s, their synergies, their engages, they kept baiting out all the unstoppables. Sylvanas had an unstoppable. Garrosh had an unstoppable. They were able to bait both of those multiple times, and even though they got hit by these just monstrous CC chains, they were still able to get the kills. And I don't know if that was just insane play on their part, or just maybe a little bit of overextension from the other side from Rewind.
Yeah, it just seemed like they were so scared of the CC that they never got to dictate how a fight was going to look. And that's how you want to do it with Garrosh.
Yep. And I understand the Eye of Horus pick from Ana. It puts her like completely back in the safe zone. She's never going to get interrupted. She can get stalls for days. But I got to say, I think if Syl gets nanoed in some of those huge 4 or 5 man arrows, I think they win those fights possibly. I mean, obviously, there's no way to know. We don't know if there was like a special reason for what they chose, how they chose it. But personally, I think that they were so close. Like those fights were just on edge and they just flipped the coin basically. And it's just how the CC and the targeting played out.
Yeah, I agree. So from a Rewind's perspective, how do you bounce back? What do you want to take it to a map where team fighting is?
So I think, honestly, I don't know how well of a judge. So they did well in the early game when they were using the globals to their advantage. They were coming down. They were getting 4v5s. They were aggressive. They put on like a sense of pressure, and they played on the front foot. But once they got pushed back, I felt like they didn't respond well. So I think maybe they should try to go for a more aggressive comp, or just kind of one that just grabs the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
And they need to keep employing that global. Obviously, when there's a Probius in the game, it changes how things work. It's a really weird thing to play against a Probius because he just does different things that, if you don't practice against weird stuff, you don't know how to play against it sometimes. And I feel like either they maybe just overthought how much they had to leave Dahaka on damage control towards the later stages of the game, or they just simply, maybe forgot about it altogether. But I think if they maintain the global and maybe a little bit more aggressive early comp, I think they can do a really good job in the second game bouncing back.
Roger. So that being said, do we see a first ever Probius ban to start this thing off?
I never banned Probius. Never. It's not happening. It'll never happen. From me, there's not a bone in my body that will
never.
It's just like, it's one of those things, right? Like, we call them respect bans, but like, I don't think if you like, yes, the Probius play was good. I don't think it was the winning factor. It was definitely important, but like, if you ban a Probius at that point, it's not even a respect ban for them. You're just dishonoring your family. You banned Probius, man. Like, your family's gonna call you. Your dad's gonna call you, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, I just took you out of my 401k, dog. Like, this is over. You're dead to me."
You heard it, boys. B-Train lays the law down. You cannot ban Probius, or your father will disown you.
Listen, man. There's just some things that you just can't happen.
Is there something? Is there something you need to talk about, dude? Like,
there's a tier list, right? There's heroes that are always acceptable to ban, even if people don't play them. Then there's heroes that you can ban if someone's really good at them, and then there's just heroes you don't ban, and that's where Probius is, right? Probius is down there in the list of heroes that you just don't ban.
Yeah. Looks like chat kind of pointing out. I'd like to see what you think about this, B-Train. I didn't really think, besides maybe the very first fight, Dahaka never really got a whole lot of value in that match.
I mean, Dahaka can't out double soak Probius. He doesn't have the wave clear for it. So at that point, it comes down to getting absolute value with your global. And the one time the global came on time when their camp was being invaded, Dahaka ate that fight. Got the big lick on the back line.
Yep.
Like the value was immense, but they didn't. I feel like they didn't cash in those chips enough, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Like it worked, and then it just kind of stopped happening. They had the one on the bottom right. They still won the camp, I'm pretty sure, but it was just a late dig. And I feel like if the dig's earlier, cool, you probably still get the camp, but you could also have gotten a kill or two and then kind of imprinted on the map a little more.
Yep, truth.
Monk is out here doing a stat dive too, talking about Probius with the highest win rate on Hotslog since 2018. I mean, you can gold wrap a turd and it's still a turd. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You want to play StarCraft? Go play StarCraft. Come on.
If you want to play Protoss and BOP all day, this is not the game for you.
All right, let's see where we're gonna go. Looks like
Wait, so
Rewind's gonna have the first pick,
so it's the map choice of
and Team Training Wheels is gonna go with it. To be determined.
TBD. That's my favorite map. I used to play. I used to play it a lot back in the day before I was a competitive lad.
It's hard to make any decisions on that map, you know.
Yeah, I know. Like you don't know whether if you're gonna do camps or if you want to go to the boss. There's like 5 bosses, so you don't know which one you want to do. And every time you're like, what do we do? The shot caller just goes, I don't know, TBD. Like, what's up?
You stand on the point, it just says pending. You're like, what is happening?
Yeah, it says contested when you've got a 5 wipe. Honestly, though, I have the best counter to Probius in the game. Are we ready, boys? Are we ready, boys?
Here you go.
Any hero that does damage.
Deep strats. All right.
Any hero that does damage.
There
Confirmed.
it is.
Wait.
All right, team. We're setting up the lobby here.
Does Sergeant Hammer beat Probius in a 1v1? Monkus, I need you to stat dive for me, baby. I need you to go to Hot Slogs. I need you to look up the 1v1 stats for Hammer versus Probius on Rust. Modern Warfare 2 style. I need to know.
Do it. All right, looks like we're going to be going to Volskaya Foundry, ladies and gentlemen.
Volskaya is a wonderful map. Also, the teams have decided that they hate you, and they have swapped sides.
Thanks, teams. So let's see if I can figure out what the F I'm doing.
There should be a wonderful button that's swap teams.
Says swap teams.
God bless you.
That's going to be over in the team controls. Give you guys a look behind the curtain here.
Monkus is just, he's like, what? Probius versus Hammer? Oh, thanks.
All right.
Hammer solo lane is a very secret strat, Monkus. It's reserved for only the highest levels of competitive play. It's a strategy that doesn't get busted out often because it's so OP. If people played it, Blizzard would surely nerf it. You take graduating range and into the fray, and then when you throw Hammer, graduating range ticks 3 more times, but it doesn't reset, so she basically has the range of basically 4 screens, and she ends the game being AFK. Okay? I've developed these secret strats, and I've passed them on to you so that you may thrive in your latter games.
Don't worry, team. I'm switching some things around. Score is still what the score is.
All right, so we saw... Okay, so the bans are going to be flipped. This is really going to mess me up.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that to me. But...
So we got Rewind on the right this time. They banned Johanna last game. But they left up a new Barak. So, like, you know, they didn't pick things that were necessarily bad versus Johanna. I don't know if they just don't respect Pony and their ability to play other tanks, but I think if I have to choose, like, give them Joe, give them a new Barak, like, I'm giving them Joe every day.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
I don't care about Johanna. Like,
I'm
we kill those.
the noob had a field day there.
Yeah, those cocoons were honestly really disruptive. I mean, and we talked about in the early. There were a couple times where the CC chain between taunt and sleep were just a little stacked, which could have made all the difference. But we'll see if they elect to go into, like Diablo had zero participation in that game, no ban, no pick, nothing, didn't exist.
Yeah, true. Usually tend to see Diablo prioritized in competitive play. Let's see what we got here. Volskaya Foundry, Probius, not too bad.
Listen, if they're willing to play Probius, they're willing to play Gazlo. I was at the last HGC Western Clash where the leftovers busted out a Gazlo in the finals, and it absolutely flopped. It was terrible, but that brought out the entire thought of Merklord talents on this map with the turrets. Just they give you an extra 2 heroes on the point, man. Like those things chomp.
It's terrifying. I hate playing against Sylvanas on this map.
So I'm vouching for the Gaz, baby. Let's get some spice out here. I feel like if you throw curveballs like that, I feel like that's one of those things that you can continue to, because okay, it's like in StarCraft. What's the most cheesy thing a cheeser can do, and that's play a normal game. So like you just play Probius. So like I think now they fear a Probius pick. So now you're gonna get something OP. And we're seeing Medivh possibly getting through this one. Nope, JK.
No, incorrect, sir.
Yeah, Monkus is... all right, so Noob switched sides. He's on the same side.
He's on the same side, but the team switched sides. Thanks, teams.
So we're gonna have... remember, I want to see more aggro, right? Well, we got it. Garrosh can only just walk at people so hard. A Noob, however, can dive at dazzling speeds.
Truth. All right, we're going to get ETC Sylvanas on the other side.
Anna's already been banned. Anna was a first ban, and they are the ones who took it. So I'm not quite sure if they just counter something that they're planning on doing, or maybe they're going to bust out like an Alex Straza. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see where this goes.
Sylvanas switching sides here. And we're going to get the Anduin Jaina. So definitely a dangerous noob team here. And a save also, for him if he gets too deep.
And there's like, we talked about this in the pregame before we went live. We talked about Medivh Diablo being a thing because Medivh allows Diablo to be absolutely 2 IQ and just go, dummy deep all game. And he's always safe. And Anduin kind of has a similar effect on heroes like a Noob, Genji, Butcher. You can just go demonstratively deep. And that's not even the right word, but it's just an aggressive word that I decided to use. A Noob can go just deep always, and Anduin can just be like, oh, I got you, fam. Yank him back.
Get back here. Get over here.
You can also use it to troll. If your Noob is about to cap a point, you can pull him off the point so that the other team can cap it. But that's a totally different topic. We'll save that for Storm League.
Reported toxic. Looks like the Rainer ban coming out, so that no ace in the hole for that Noob Jaina.
Yeah, Noob Jaina is just disgusting. And then adding a Rainer to it, always going to have the slow value. And that would have been a home run for a draft, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay. Pork chop, what do you got, dog? Okay, we got
the
Taco.
old man Deckard.
Who's the last person to pick again? It's our dog, Pork Chop. Ready to bust out the memes. Please, Pork Chop, deliver.
The Alarak gonna get some pretty good value here on the fight in the point in the middle.
This is another map where you can double soak. It's not like a thing, but it's just... I look, they just did it with a Probius, so like they're willing to do dumb stuff. I'm willing to bet again, and I love the Blaze.
One of my favorite heroes, man.
Also, oh my god, I'm done.
Dude, really, dude. Oh boy.
Well, round 2, Cannon Rush strats. They're back. Remember how Dahaka has a problem clearing waves? You know who else has issues clearing waves until 7 with mana efficiency? Blaze.
Dude, I'm going to go with training wheels here.
You're believing in the Probius again?
It's just gonna be tough to answer.
Yeah, but like now they have a way to deal with it. They have an Anubarak. They have a Blaze. They have the biggest buttons to just go get them. Like the other team couldn't go get them. This team can. Like
That is true.
I feel like, but also like if you're burning all your cooldowns on a Probius
Just to get the probe.
yeah, you've decided incorrectly.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I don't know, man. I think
Honestly,
if they play their CC right and get good peels for Lunara, it's gonna be they're a dangerous team too.
if Probius wins this game and has a 100% win rate over 2 games, I'm reporting pork chop.
All right, here we go, guys. On the blue team, we got Confused on Sylvanas, Taco Cat on Tyrande, Little Killer Pony on ETC, Zamil on Alarak, and Pork Chop once again playing that undefeated probe.
Look at this guy. And on the right, oh my god. I'm so glad I got the dance pork chop. I love you. Chaotic Order is going to be on. Can you guys like unstack my dudes? That's going to be Chaotic Order on Jaina, Doom Elite on Blase Blase, Fade on the Bug, Ryokai on the game's most unfair hero, especially at 16 with unfair advantage. And then who do you think on Anduin? And if he doesn't have the I'm out of cards voice line, I'm going to be pissed.
I'm out of cards.
I also forgot to change my observer overlay. Kappa.
Rip. You're doing great, B-Train. MVP.
Dude, you know how I do. Both the teams are we're gonna get the cannon build again from Probius. Like, honestly, why not, dog? Just go for it. You do you, baby. Do you think Blaze wins the bot lane?
9.
Also, I don't know if I told you, but slot 6.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, bet. So, 1 minute, I want to see the camp, and they're already positioning for it. This is like the biggest thing I tell teams that ask me how to play on this map and like lower levels. Is literally at 1 minute, not like at a minute 5, start going there. At 1 minute, have people at this camp ready to bang it out because you get another turret during the first point if you do these camps instantly.
Yep.
And
looks
for
like
a team
both
that's going to have Merc Queen, possibly.
capitalize on that big time.
Oh, yeah.
Both teams snagging their turrets, and Probius just same thing, different map. Oh, we're gonna get some focus on him though here. He might go down. He's gone. He gone.
There's a blank spot where the probe used to be.
And I think, is that his first death?
That is. He didn't die at all last game.
Oof. All right, so we may see a new team here from Rewind.
You got the answer. How to beat Probius? You just kill him.
Kill him.
Just kill Probe.
All you have to do to beat the other team is to kill them.
Incorrect. Have you ever played against Izagara?
Yeah.
They win by never being there.
Monkus would like you to
Confirmed
know
from
that
Monkus.
Probius does not beat, or Blaze does not beat Probius.
Yeah, that's feels bad, man. You really hate to see that.
All right, we got the heal camp over to Rewind, and they've got a slight experience lead as well, so about a half a level. Things looking on the up and up for our team
Also,
here, Rewind.
Alarak stacks are very sad face.
The 0-0.
Dude, it's better than double negatives. I'll say that much.
It's better than double negative. That's deep, dude. That's deep.
You know what, man? I talked to my math teacher the other day. She's like, Pythagorean theorem this, and pork chops feeding. Kappa.
All right. Looks like he's gonna have to be a little bit careful here. They've got the team to blow him up if he's not.
They figured it out.
Yeah.
They solved the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Just kill Probe, and everything stops.
Rip Probe.
I do like the play. They're cleaning up their top lane while the Probe was dead, but they never got out their own camp. so it's not going to push that lane for them. So they're just going to kind of try to trade out middle.
Yeah.
And Probius hasn't had any time to set up pylons or turrets on this midpoint.
Yep, 65% over already, and it's going to be hard to get this back with a heal camp and a turret.
Yeah, and sevens.
Turret's going down, although Blaze is low, saved by Anduin, of course.
Big slide from ETC. Pony's dummy deep. Gonna get the counter stun from Fade. Pony is retreating, and the dot's not gonna be enough. Deckard potions secure his life.
First Protector goes over to Rewind, and we've got a match on our hands, boys.
Yeah, I think Sylvanas, especially with his stacking dagger, though, as the game goes on, when Probius gets stacked, Sylvanas gets stacked, these points could look different. And you and I both know that this game can be all won and lost on the third point. So we'll hopefully not see any big throws here. But
copy shots fired at B-Train from B-Train at me.
Be stepping you from the caster booth, man. That's what I do best.
All right, so we're gonna get top well gone, the strategy that not Paradox highlighted, and now everyone does. So they're gonna have a decent advantage in the second battle here for Point Bravo.
Look at you, using your letters. Bye, ETC. So yeah, they're gonna get out nice safe sound with the Protector. They actually got the full wall in mid and top. They did get the fountain. Ryokai is gonna go ahead and snipe this one.
Dude,
Ryokai could pass away. No, okay, not fast enough.
Full level advantage over to Rewind, and they're diving in deep pre-10. But everyone's gonna get out of there.
Honestly, 2 levels up, they could just elect. Well, they can't really soak any of their lanes super safely. They're gonna go ahead and move in for their turret over here, and then I think if they can tick 10 fast enough, they could look to invade. But I don't think they're gonna have time, as Sylvanas and friends are already working on theirs.
Yep. Sylvanas, not a whole lot of stacks so far, and same goes. Alarak's doing all right now.
And that's the thing about those like stacking talents and higher in higher levels of play, is people understand how to not stack. Zamil has to be careful. The unknown bug is the dangerous bug.
Yeah, he's going to go down here, and 10's coming online, and Sylvanas is going to be hard to save as well.
This could be a twofer. She's going to have to get the E out.
Yeah.
Oh my sweet god, Jaina damage. Please nerf.
Yeah, she's never been nerfed.
So they got the Beetles from a new Breck. They can literally sit here and infinitely siege just until they get their minions in themselves, but that's a free fort. 9 minutes in, they have catapults every third wave in this top lane. Now it's gonna push in a lot. Yeah, Pork Chop is just gonna go AFK clear those, but great, like a 2-level lead. There's no fort for the fallback for the blue team. The top objective just got infinitely harder for Team Training Wheels.
Yeah, no deaths for Rewind. It's looking pretty solid right now. Looks like they recovered pretty well from last match. Good to see that they just didn't hang it up, you know?
Yeah, and they didn't cave in to the Probius.
Yeah, they didn't.
Oh my god.
Their fathers still love them, and they've got a decent lead here, but we may lose. Oh, Anduin.
Great.
What a save for Jaina, man. And they're just going to turn that fight around.
Gonna go ahead and commit the cocoon on the Alarak. They have 1 turret left on Ryokai. With Beetles in a wave, they dive this Alarak basically. Oh my god.
Juke City.
Oh my god. That's Worth. Hashtag Worth has been called official B-Train statement of the day. Hashtag Worth. He got stacked, baby.
Yeah, Monkus, I guess that is a nerf when you get blown up like that.
That was honestly, that was a good turn. I think maybe the CC just being off by that half second lets Alarak, yeet on out of there.
Yeah.
With the TK. Alter online, we do have the counter strike, Black Arrow, Welly. We do have Leaping Strike from Lunara, and thank God, no combustion. I love. Who's my Blaze player here? Where you at? Doom Elite, we're homies now. You didn't succumb to the combustion shenanigans, and I love you.
Yeah, once again, another thing that kind of got popular after a video, but dude, Bunker is just game changing.
Like, okay, cool, it has a half-second channel time, but it's still disgustingly good.
Sanctification with damage on top of it, it's insane.
They're going to go ahead and commit pretty much everything. to
Cocoon's
this.
out on
Pylons have been traded
ETC.
out.
We may see a Mosh here. No, he is going to go down hard.
That the Blaze stun chain into Anduin roots, the slow okay, the amount of CC I have to pull this up. I've unfortunately goofed. I have to figure out which one of these keys it is to bring up my CC. This is gonna annoy me. They are gonna elect to get their camp. I'm looking for it. I don't think. Yeah, I don't have it with this overlay, but basically with Aliobs there is a an overlay that shows amount of CC, and if we want to talk about it, Anduin has a root. Blaze has slows and a stun. Anub has 2 stuns. Jaina has slows and a root, possibly at 16. Lunara has their entire team is just a walking CC chain.
Not only CC, but AoE CC. So it's like,
yeah,
you can't even be in the fight unless you want to.
Blaze stuns are like a Hanzo arrow. Like, they're nasty.
A noob getting real low here, but don't forget, Anduin still hasn't used his trait.
Yeah, as long as Anduin has his 3rd ultimate ability available, it's going to be really hard to lock somebody down.
Into overtime here, looking to turn the point for training wheels. We're gonna get Cocoon on ETC. Light bomb goes out, and they're gonna blow up the Alarak in the back. Mosh is gonna be wasted, and the bunker got value there as well.
Yeah, Blaze basically 1v3'd the entire backline, while the rest of his team dealt with the front, and that was all due to the fact that he went in, dropped mad oil, got huge stuns, put the bunker down, and he's just chilling in there playing poker with the homies, while the rest of his team gets the work done. Like, bunker got so much value in that fight, and Blaze was the only one to use it, but it allowed him to be such a pest in the backline that their team basically took a 2v4 on the front end, and the light bomb with the stun chains from Anubrak are fantastic.
Dude, B-Train 10 minutes in, and we're getting a keep here, top lane for Rewind.
Honestly, man, it does things to me. Okay, it makes me uncomfortable knowing that now there will forever be catapults in the top lane, and the next point is bottom. So they're gonna be fighting for the bottom point, probably 2 to 3 levels down with catapult pressure against them, and that's terrifying if you're looking at the blue team. Like, that's just insane.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to come back with a Probius from this situation, I think.
I think their level of disadvantage is the only issue. If they can get on even talent tiers and they can find a way to survive one of these engagements from this super stun heavy comp from Rewind, if they can just survive one of these without using a lot of their ultimates, they can turn around, because, like, you know, if you get a noob and you get Blaze in the Mosh, or actually no, if you get Blaze, because they're gonna go ahead and commit Cocoon to this.
Cocoon on
deck.
Deckard.
There's no interrupt.
Double stun there, just AoE CC game set match there. Like, how do you deal with that?
Honestly, that was a fantastic job from Anubarak, or not Anubarak, excuse me, from ETC to wear the root from Anduin. But with a Blaze, it doesn't matter. They're going to dive again and again. The big double stun with the light bomb. Going to get the TK back from Alarak. And another 2-man kill. Lunara going to go ahead and finish that up. The probe goes down. They're going to use 1 turret to eat the shots for Ryokai. But I think they can end the game here.
Yeah, this is going to be hard for 1-man defense for the next 5 seconds here. And we still got 20 seconds until any sort of damage comes out on these guys.
Yeah, we got a tank now. We got a little bit of peel.
They're going to back out.
They don't have the fastest siege damage. Jaina's super cooldown dependent, and Lunara Poison isn't going to act that quickly. They're going to get some percent damage out. Bunker gonna body block and get Blaze home. They're ultimately going to take 8% on this core. And
they're going to stay aggressive. They're going to pick up this camp here. Yeah, I like
Cat is building mid.
They are 4 levels up. And they're just going to own the map right now.
Honestly, in game 1, it was like when you come home from school and you got home before your parents and you're able to delete the message saying that you were messing around in class and being a little bad child. But the game 2, it's like dad came home and heard the message, and dad's putting that whooping down right now.
Oh,
Rewind is playing no games with this comp.
He heard you tried to forge his signature on your report card, and you are getting the belt.
Yo, that's not the only I mean, so they played a more aggressive comp this game, and I do think that pertains a lot better to them. Like, this definitely seems to be more their style.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to see them stay aggressive here, even pre-20, but they're going to back off. No need to fight.
Honestly, Blaze has made me sad. Going with heat treatment instead of the jet propulsion upgrade and having a 2-second E stun. I feel like at like this point, they haven't had that much of a need for heat treatment. But you know, better safe than sorry. I still like Juggernaut plating better than heat treatment, but I understand the taking of both. And right now we see kind of like that issue with now there's no keep top lane. So like, look at this, man. This is disgusting.
What do?
You dedicate your 4.5 hero or your half a hero in Probius up there, and he clears it.
Don't forget about his pylons, dude.
They get one fight right now. Rewind gets one fight.
Yep, this is gonna come down to one more fight.
And they're not. And like honestly, I don't think they should be sitting on the point. They should be looking to fight right now. They're giving up level 20 advantage and another keep. And poor old Pork Chop back here has got a mission in front of him.
This is where the final countdown music starts playing.
I mean, they have so many items. They're gonna get the combo on the Sylvanas. She has no teleport.
Light bomb out on Jaina, and the damage is gonna start coming out for Rewind.
And that's going to be the end of this game. Everybody pressed all their buttons. The core is dead. GG go next. We got a series going to game 3. Rewind just changed their entire ensemble up, and they looked good.
Dude, rewound the script on training wheels. The training wheels kind of fell off there, dude.
Dude, the wheels fell off, and Dad was like, I'm holding the back seat, but he wasn't. He was drinking a beer, and the kid just like drove out in the street and fell over. Like, that was painful. But
15 kills to nothing, man.
That's tough. I think like, okay, it's not that they like the Probius worked game 1. Why did it work game 1? Because there's nothing to get to him. He just kind of did his own thing. But like this comp was much better equipped to deal with Probius. And I think that with that and a couple early game deaths, they kind of got snowballed. Probius wasn't able to do the things that he does best, which is just clear waves. And that 4-man kill squad of Lunara, Jaina, Anub, Anduin was just disgusting in the early game. And Sylvanas and Alarak needed time to wind up, and they didn't get it.
Yeah, exactly. Alarak leading the way with the damage, but it wasn't enough for that burst comp that Rewind had.
Yeah, like, oh my god, I mean, this is the one game Jaina got through and out of the series so far, and what'd she do? She ate it up. Also, we have to take a little bit away from that win. Rewind did play an absolute just dumb OP hero that Blizzard will never nerf. They played Lunara. So we can't give them complete credit. That kind of takes a little bit away from me. I mean, all jokes aside, though, like they played that really well, and their comp was just they just never let pressure go. They just held it down, and the bleeding, unfortunately, is supposed to stop when you apply pressure, but it didn't. It just got worse.
Yeah, dude. B-Train. It's like going to a baseball game. You pay $11 for a beer, right? And then you find out you're going to extra innings. It's awesome.
I mean, I wouldn't use awesome to describe an $11 beer, but you know, you do you, baby.
Here we go. We're gonna get a round 3. What do you think, man?
Dude, I think I got my government special ready, and I'm gonna enjoy hopefully not seeing a Probius.
Yeah, it would be nice. Like we're gonna get into the lobby here.
What map do we have is the question.
We are going to Alteric Pass. Baby.
Yay. I hate this map with a passion.
Chaotic order. The teams switched again. Why? Why you do this to me?
Why you like this? Why? I'm gonna yell at him.
Boy.
It's okay. Okay,
right.
so the word of the day is Junkrat. All right, we're gonna have to go ahead and this is a name uh, that we have to talk about. Junkrat has infinite poke for these objectives. He can stall it literally forever. Mine, trap, grenades. If you stagger those abilities correctly, what does he do? Stacks. What does the other team do? Not cap. And I feel like if one of these teams has a Junkrat player, I 100% want to see it. I think he's really strong on this map. But then again, this map also has some of the same shenanigans that Cursed Hollow does, where you can have these weird like single lane split pushing. Like it's just one of those maps where you can see weird stuff. And we've seen Probiuses, we've seen Kerrigans, like weird stuff happens here. So I'm not counting anything out for this game.
They chose pick, we chose L. We got that right. How we doing?
All right.
How we doing?
So, did Johanna get banned in the last game? I can't remember.
She did not. I don't actually remember. I don't think she did.
We'll see. So, two things. This map's like it's kind of like Curse Hollow or Garden, right? You gotta have wave clear to deal with the objectives. You have to have push to be able to assist them. It's not like super important because the objectives help you push with the damage buff and the move speed buff. But you have to be able to win fights to win points to get the objectives. So this is a map where you have to really balance your drafts out. Because like sure you can go for this crazy death ball all in, like we're gonna win every team fight, but like if you lose one,
Yeah.
you can't defend it, like you're in trouble. So we'll see what these teams elect to go with here in these drafts. So far they've been pretty balanced. Like no draft has really gone one crazy direction outside of that like that game one dive draft, but I mean that's only because it was the only super like dedicated one, I feel.
Right. Round 3. We're getting set up for the draft here, B-Train. I'm excited. I know you're excited.
I'm always excited. So this was Rewind's map choice, right?
Yeah, they chose this. This map, you can see a lot of value from heroes you wouldn't necessarily think about.
Samuro
just eats it up in that, as long as you win the objective.
I mean, even if you don't win the objective, Samuro just eats. There's like a couple different builds for Samuro that people have been kind of toying with. He's got like the Windwalk build where he just eats backline. He's got like a really steady like single target build with the Phantom Pain and the image damage. And then he's got other builds that focus on like AoE with the Burning Blade and then the crit strike at 1. But ultimately, Samuro's a global at 10. So if we get global, if one of these teams gets global choked, we could see Samuro as one of those fallback options for a sense of a global with the image swaps.
Yep, I buy that. Thanks, Munkus, for helping me out here with this team swap madness. All right, everyone's ready, but the draft is not starting.
Wait, so have teams with the first pick have won both games?
Yes.
So Team Trading Wheels got that upper hand right now. They got statistics in their favor. They got first pick, so as long as they don't first pick Probius, I think they got a shot.
Yeah, I know you're happy to see the win rate drop down to 50, but that's still higher than you probably would like.
I want to see it at 30. 33.3 repeating, of course.
Repeating, of course.
But, time's up. Let's do this.
Here we go, dude.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for this draft. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now there's like the 4-second delay from when he presses the button. Spirit fingers.
Boom. Baby.
Oh, damn, I mistimed it.
Here we go. Let me see some Horde and Alliance cheers in the chat, boys.
And you know what? Now it's not going to upset me because the red team is on the right. And since we're not in the game, on the red team will actually be red. So the Horde side will be red, which makes me happy. I hate playing on that side because they're blue when you're on that team. And I'm like, this is upsetting. Abathur? Question mark?
Ooh. Pretty much standard bans that we've been seeing for the first 2 games. Yep, and the tradition continues.
Abathur? Avatar Plus. This moment decides your fate. Yep, there it goes.
Dude, I'm gonna call. We're gonna see a Junkrat on this map, and we're gonna see. Ready? Surprise pick, dude. Surprise pick. Mal'Ganis. You ready?
What? Get out of here.
Here we go. Here we go.
Nah. This is gonna be either Junkrat or Hanzo. One of them is 100% picked in this draft. They just have too good a poke, too good of like just stall. Like I think it has to happen. Naturally, the Mal'Ganis pick didn't come through, but we got a good hero. We got a Nubarak.
He has been left through every game. That's insane to me.
And he's been first picked every time.
And won.
Every time.
A noob, 100% win rate.
Ryokai, my dog, I know you're a stat diver. I know you're looking at this, man. Ooh.
Big man Raven in town. Thanks for the follow. And thanks for the get good.
Sylvanas again. Every game. Remember when this hero was a meme? Remember when you'd see her and you're like, great.
Haunted minds.
No, okay. Well, when I saw her there, ooh, Porkchop's playing a normal hero. Wait, so Porkchop went from playing half a hero to now he's playing a hero and a half.
Math checks.
Dude, quick maths, bro. We got it.
Taco Cat is on.
Dude, this could actually be the biggest of debates. Because Samuro was banned out against them. No, they banned Samuro.
They did.
Samuro this game. So, yeah, Team Training Wheels banned Samuro in the first game. I feel like if they don't ban it here...
The long con? Going for the long con? Sylvanas. Sorry, dude.
Is it Samuro? Yeah, there he goes. I was about to say, you gotta ban the boyo.
Muradin. All right. We're
Sylvanas and a noob. The Twix shall never be. Monkus is literally out here carrying this chat. God bless. We're just like trying to grasp at things to make them interesting, and he's just out here doing it. Doing the most.
Oh, Lucio. Oh, dude, we just talked about the URL.
Dude, we did just talk about the URL. I mean, I didn't talk about the URL, but you didn't talk about it, but we thought about her. It's definitely not Mal'Ganis.
Damn it. I lose.
You always lose, man. I mean, nobody wins when there's a Mal'Ganis in the game.
Well,
everybody feeds. Okay, so... Okay. Okay. So, basically, Rewind can never end the game, but Team Training Wheels doesn't win fights until level 30. So this is gonna be a long one, boys.
We might be in for a long game here.
We did get the tried and true Muradin URL combo though, so that's that used to be a thing.
Goomba Stomp.
Yeah, Goomba Stomp. That used to be.
I've been playing a lot of Mario Maker, dude. Goomba Stomp for the win.
Monka? Wait, okay. Wait, hold on. So, okay. Team Training Wheels is like, yo, we picked Ragnaros. We'll give you guys this one. And Rewind's like, yo, hold my beer. We're going to pick an equally bad hero. And they pick Kel'Thas. So, like, these teams are slugging it out for the throw fest right now. All jokes aside, Kel'Thas, he's got stall. He likes fighting in clumps. But I don't know if it's enough. Like, the Syl Kel'Thas, I don't know how that damage works. The portraits are finally lined up, by the way, for Rewind. So they just all gained a +10 damage this game. So
yeah,
hold on.
Buffs out.
Yeah, dude, buffs out. If they don't have the money pigs, though, I'm going to be upset.
Untitled Valley, they took out one of the bosses, and now it's time to take down the leader.
All right, so...
What do you like, dude? I think I'm going to go with Training Wheels.
Dude, I think I'm going to go with Rewind.
All right.
Like, okay, I don't think Training Wheels can win fights. That's my only issue is, like, their early game, like, I don't know how they hold it down.
All right, dude. On the blue team, we got Chaotic Order on Kel'Thas, Dumalit on Uriel, Ryokai on Sylvanas. Who do you think on Lucio? And Fade on Muradin.
And on the right, the team with more memes than dreams, we got Z-Mill on the raid boss, Killer Pony back on the Beetle, Taco Cat playing Hearthstone, Confused also on Rainer, wondering what happened to this draft. And Pork Chop is playing a real hero this game on Xerexar. Let him rip.
Yeah, the draft did kind of go awry for both teams here. I like initial fights with the bear, and everyone's going to go off to their lanes now. Uriel's going to head towards bot lane.
Ragnaros is meatball build, which is not something we see a lot. It helps him poke the backline, though. Gives him some spell armor in his kit if he likes to go into that. But it turns him into kind of more of a ranged hero than that big melee bruiser, which they already have in Rexar/Misha. So the one thing I will be concerned to look at is if Misha is going to basically be an Uber Eats delivery service for living bombs.
Yeah.
Munkus is upset because Ragnaros has gone meatball.
Number one painful thing on Rexar is playing a Kel'Thas.
Yeah, I mean, it's free Uber Eats, but for living bombs, so... Instant camps taken at the 1 minute mark. These things respawn pretty darn quickly, so take these things on cooldown because there's really nothing else to do on the map. Fire fighting fire top lane.
As you would expect from Div A teams, these guys get the macro with the camp timings pretty well figured out. It's just how you're going to capitalize on that.
Yeah, it comes down to what you can make happen with those camps. So I mean, honestly, I think the team with the Sylvanas is going to get a little bit more value out of them.
Yep.
Just naturally. Wono is trying to flame Rio. This is a no flame stream, Wono. It's family friendly. iBtrain only endorse family friendly streams, so you better be nice.
Fade's going super low and dives out of there, and a noob is gonna die for it.
My God, Muradin doesn't even need an iframe anymore on the jump. He's just immortal, apparently.
I think it said 1 health, dude.
Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. We also have Merc Queen again, and this camp gives 0 anythings.
Nice, dude.
You know what, man? I'm trying out here, okay? It's hard.
This is the new Disney Channel B train.
Yeah, this is family-friendly B train, okay? Everybody top is AFK.
It's like
everybody bottom is also AFK.
Rewind, pulling ahead slightly inexperienced, but that may just be one wave yet to crash for Team Training Wheels. And we're going to get a gank here on Uriel. No missing pings for you.
You really hate to see that.
So Rewind already has died more times than they did all last game.
Good juke from Rio, getting out of there. 4v5, if they can stall the cap on this, it'll be nice.
A noob's going to get the free cast there.
Ragnaros is basically YOLOing into the backline, getting 0 punishment. Super chunked Rio.
Yeah, I think if I was on Rewind's comp, I would have a hard time knowing what the engage sequence looks like. But there it is, in case you had any questions.
Yep, kill Ragnaros because he's meatball build, and we don't respect those. Rag continues to go into that spell power on the meatball, so when he hits people with it, gives them spell armor, you know what to do. I feel like this Rag build gets stronger as he stacks and gets to the late game, but early game, it has its weaknesses. We're also going to see Energy Royal from Kel'Thas. I personally love the talent. I think it's fantastic. It gives him a lot of mana refund, and it gives him a 9-second cooldown reduction on that Grav Lap. So if you start hitting those, you're going to have a lot of CC to follow up with the Muradin.
Yep, and then he's going to lock the Burn Flesh, which is going to get value with the Misha on the board at all times. Noob's got to use his burrow to get out of there, and now Rewind is just going to walk in here and say, hey, remember us from last game?
team training wheels. Ragnaros just getting his pants pulled down. Not on heroic difficulty yet, so I think a noob has one more interrupt. No, not gonna have another one.
It's gonna be hard to get this back, I think.
Yeah, I mean, their lanes are pushing in. They're down about a half level. That's honestly just due to kills, which we see 3-1. And we're going to get the full fade going deep here.
Taco Cat falling real low, and he's going to be out of there. Now we get black arrows on the fort, and they're going to lose this here.
Dude, Taco Cat got dove. He was out of options, out of cards, and out of hit points. The innkeeper forgot to give him the coin, and, you know, he died. So
I'm out of cards.
This mid push coming early at the wall already, and their objective isn't even here.
Yeah, this is going to be major value for Rewind here.
Ryukai did get interrupted on the way out. Gonna keep getting right clicked by
Sylvanas going down with the Rainer Q.
Right down the hatch. Just put that little doggy in a hole. And now Sylvanas is going night. Oh no, not like this. We observe closely as the Muradin stalks his prey. Ragnaros avoiding all the stuns and the CC, but Muradin, deep as ever, does not stall the fort. Kappa. And now they run away.
You had one job, Muradin.
Hit the stun. Honestly, I thought he was gonna try to interrupt the Rag fort. When I saw the Q miss, I was like, well, okay.
It was at that time he would realize he had fucked up. Oh. Yikes.
Kappa, that's the one.
You get one, dude. You get one.
You're reported. Okay, Pork Chop, you're about to get cooked, homie. Please not like, oh my god. Oh, there you good night, Pork Chop. Lucio, okay, report Lucio. Lucio booped him out of the flame strike so that Kel'Thas didn't get the kill, and I am upset.
Toxic reported.
Dude, they're just gonna eat the lava wave.
No respect to be had.
They're not even gonna get the fort.
They're gonna go for the top boss here, and Training Wheels is not gonna be able to respond, so they just start the bottom with that excellent Ragnaros boss clear.
Yeah, these early bosses are a little weak. They're kind of weak on this map in general. Until like super late game, I mean, they still don't even end on core unless you get that armor down from getting forts and keeps. So I think right now this will honestly, it just takes off the map. It kind of equalizes, but I feel like the red team has to defend because that one absolutely gets more value.
Yeah, over that same amount of time, they could have just taken that fort.
Yeah, they could have taken the fort, equalized, and then
got value.
They might have fought for the second one. Yeah, it looked like Rewind came down pretty quick. They're gonna go right past this boss.
Good peels from a noob, and they're gonna get out of there safe as Rexar is trying to clear this.
They did go Lava Wave on Ragnaros, which will collect them global XP in times of crisis. Minion waves spawn every 15 seconds, so good Rag players wait for those minion waves to spawn to maximize the travel time of Lava Wave to get the maximum XP per wave. So we'll see if that's able to keep them in the game until the later stages. We do have the Phoenix. Every ult looks pretty much standard from what I'd expect.
Picking up camps for both teams here. B-Train, what is the key for Training Wheels here?
They got the Light Bomb now. They got the Cocoon. They got Bestial Wrath up. Misha's full Misha build, so she's going to be a super annoying little teddy bear. I feel like now they basically just have to get the most value off their Cocoon targets. The burn for Cocoon's pretty decent, so they're going to have to make their work quick.
Misha gone for free.
Yeah. Somebody needs to call PETA, because that was not okay.
Yeah.
They're going to go ahead and jump in. They're going to get the stun onto Confuse. He's going to get lifted.
Cocoon goes out on a Muradin. We get a Yrel absorb. Rainer's low. Rag's low. They got it back out. Muradin.
Still a little bit of a scrap going on. Fade, I don't think has a jump
They
turn
still
in a couple seconds.
Got about 20 seconds left on this, and they're going to go back in to re-engage. I think they kind of understand that it's going to be a bad spot if they don't contest this. And Anoob's going to go down to the living bomb.
They did get the counter cap back. Murden burns the baby jump. Gonna get the sound barrier from Lucio at the last minute.
Yeah.
You know, you don't stop till the beat drops, and Murden really embodied that. The red camp did win in the mid lane. They were able to successfully defend that after losing the Anubarak, which is very surprising and good for training wheels.
Yep, Lucio waiting until the exact right moment, saving the whole team there. And now we're a talent. No, we're even on talents now here in a second, and we're going to lose another Misha.
Rag committed fort for this as well.
Big cooldown here. Muradin doesn't have his ult, but they're going to get the objective capped.
Yeah, that's 120-second cooldown committed. And that's not something you like to see, especially, I mean, I don't know if maybe there was a call that was made. There's a little bit of confusion. I feel like Ragfort helps you defend much better. But, I mean, it's kind of one of those things like you saw in Infernal Shrines back when he was around the meta, is that they would use it to try to secure the last 20 minions of the shrine. But if you lose it, now your best defense tool is gone.
Yep, exactly. KT just getting uber value and full health bars here for rewind. Lava wave comes out. Do we see any sort of engage? No, light bomb out.
Committed with no engage. That's kind of a monk-ass moment. And Muradin going straight past this. Savannah's going to turn the fort off. Cocoon committed to immediately as the big grab up's going to get two. Break it down forced early, and Muradin is left in Saudi Arabia by himself.
Yeah, OPEC can't save you now, dude. You're done. Oh, he's out.
Yeah, he's done. Big silence arrow, getting absolutely negative value there at the end. Probably, you know, not negative value, keeps him from chasing. But at the end of the day, they don't get a keep here, but they did a lot of property damage. The whole map is painted blue now, pretty much for the rest of the game.
And now we're down a level for training wheels, and they still may get this keep bot. No, they're gonna back off.
Yeah, like I said, man, like they can defend, especially as this game goes on. Their defense gets only that much better, but you know, at some point you got to be able to win these head-to-head fights, and this ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, they still haven't gotten a fort, and they just need to start getting some map value.
And right now, I think getting to 16s, I think you have to immediately look to fight on 16 if you are Team Training Wheels. Because they need a minute to breathe. They need to be able to put their foot down and get a grip on this map, which they can absolutely do. This looks like it's going to be another boss trade situation too, which does not benefit Training Wheels.
Bronzebeard Rage going out for the Muradin. You've got Beetles to stack on. You've got Misha, so getting some value with that.
Also, I love the changes made to Reverberation and Bronzebeard Rage. It allows him a little bit different play style than he used to be. He used to be very one-dimensional with the build. And Muradin is no longer that. It provides a unique opportunity for him to be a bigger nuisance than he already is. But right now, their mission is to defend this bot keep, which I'm assuming is as good as gone.
Is Rag Trade available? I think it is, yeah.
Yes.
Muradin tries to go for the stun. He may have left his team high and dry there, but no follow-up from a noob. The boss is just going to tear through this, though.
They're going to go ahead and commit to Bestial Wrath, but immediately Misha has to back off. I think the keep is still gone. So Vaughn is straight good timing, turning this off after the Rag Fort, and the boss is just going to absolutely chunk this thing down, and that's keep number 1 of this game.
Diving in. Light bomb goes out. No value there, really, and now we're probably going to see an end here for Rewind.
2 armor stacks left on this thing. I don't know if they necessarily have the damage to end. They might have to go out for another keep. This armor on this boss here is no joke.
Yeah, good call there. Rosa, King Raptor, and John Knight. Thanks for the follows, man.
But right now, the issue we see is that they're up. They have control of the map. Not, you know, right now this top lane is pushing in, but they do have control. They haven't had issues in fights yet. They've gotten a keep down. They can play the slow game to 20 if they want. And I think that's exactly what we'll see them do. And they'll probably end up having to back off this point for a few moments, but they're getting good time off this. It's a 50-second objective. They've already got it halfway done with no contest.
Still no Cocoon online. 10 more seconds here. We're going to see an engage with Light Bomb. Murra might be out. Oh, that sound barrier.
The bomb damage is huge.
And the sound barrier just devastating. Your whole team does what they need to do, only to have it be erased by a great ult there.
They're going to get the follow-up on the Confused. Raynor is going to get the pull-out from Anduin. One ace up the sleeve left, and that's going to be down for 80 seconds. The second keep going to get taken out before the objective even arrives. So they're going to be able to push mid and bottom with objective against a core with one armor stack left. This is looking really, really hairy for Team Training Wheels. They're going to have an impeccable defense.
Yeah, hard to imagine a world where this doesn't end in a win for Rewind.
I think, I don't know if Ragfort is off cooldown yet, but I think that's going to be one of the biggest tools. I just don't know if Ragnaros can get in any position to get value of it mid. He's going to have to probably take the top lane.
Misha down, Light Bomb out, little Killer Pony out, and things are, well, we're getting a lot of damage out, but I still think we have sound barrier ready to go. Yeah,
double objective on the boss. That's gonna do it.
GG's boys for Rewind, turning it around against Team Training Wheels.
Rewind coming out. They were like, "You're gonna sweep us." Rewind hitting them with the reverse sweep. Dude, took the last two games and they looked good. Like it's almost like a switch flip. They were like, "Wait, are they really gonna Probius us 2 games in a row?" And they just saw red, man. And they went for it. They went aggro. They took control, and that's what I said I wanted to see them do. Is I wanted to see them take control and be aggressive, and they did just that.
Yeah, played on the back foot a lot against that Kerrigan stun combo, and just kind of seemed like they needed to dictate the fights. And once they started doing that, it seemed like they just took over both games.
Yeah, absolutely. They kind of stuck true to a style once they took the more aggressive tanks. They took the Anub in game 2. They got the Muradin in game 3. And, they just kept that foot down. And I think some of the comps for Team Training Wheels had a hard time standing up when they were behind. They really just couldn't get something on their own terms. And the one time they did on that last game, getting the interrupt on the Muradin hop, Lucio's just like, "Nah, homie, sound barrier." And that's just like the biggest feels bad in the world.
Just soul crushing, man. Like, you commit everything only, and you know it's going to happen, but what do? Like, you have to try to stop it.
Yeah, I think, and then Living Bombs just did an insane amount of damage there. It's one of those moments where if you're on the team trying to kill the Muradin, you're just like, "Oh, oh, okay, we lost." Like, it's just instantly, it's a switch, man. You just know.
Yeah. Like, Anubarak picks up his first loss. What do you think, man? Ryokai doing massive damage all game, all 3 games. Who do you like for the MVP this match?
I mean, for the whole series or just for the game?
For the series.
For the series. Oof.
I know you're not going to say Probius.
Dude, everybody. I mean, Probius was Rewind's most valuable player game 2. That's messed up. I'm gonna rescind that statement. I'm not that toxic.
Yeah, shots fired, dude.
I think honestly, I don't think there was just one player who just kind of carried things. Everybody did their jobs. There wasn't just like one person, like, Hanzo, penting people. Like, everybody did their things. Everybody executed properly. The follow-ups were there. The teams worked well, and I think honestly that's the better way to play the game, is when everybody contributes and does their jobs. And the winning team, the top damage was 65,000. That's not if you look at Storm League, people hit like 80k, 100k damage, and that's how you win games. But like when the game comes down to higher level play and it's more effective and efficient, I think teamwork stands out more. And I think once Rewind put their serious masks on and they got a comp that had a little bit more ability for them to take the reins, they showed that they are comfortable with it. Their communication was good. And I just think everybody did a fantastic job.
Yeah, agreed. We're gonna try to get a interview set up here with, I think, Chaotic Order. Bear with me for a sec, everyone in chat, since this is the first time I've set this up. Here's the dude. Send a friend request. New moves.
Also, sound barrier is broken, and we have to take one game away from Ryokai. He played Lunara, so like that one doesn't count. Like let's talk. He's gonna watch this VOD. He's gonna be so mad at me. He's gonna be like, you know what? Be training, never casting any of my games again. I'll be like, all right, dog. I like team training wheels though. Like, I feel like if they just put a little bit more work into the Ragnaros, the Probius, and they can piece together some better like early game rotation or control. Like we saw what happens when the Probius went unchecked. Probius ate, man. That first game, he was eating. He was just running the whole map. And I feel like Ragnaros can do a similar thing. So like if they, with these heroes, you just have to find the best ways to incorporate and implement them. And I think as time goes on, like later in the season, if you have to ban things like a Probius or a Ragnaros from this team, they're going to be able to pick a good hero and like not a good hero, but like a more meta hero if we're going to, follow those rules of classifying everything. And they're going to just run it down with good stuff. Like if you have to ban a Probius, then they can pick maybe a Zeratul or something like that. It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah. All right. See if we can get Chaotic Order in here.
There should be like a little plus button at the top of your Discord call where you can add people. I can try as well.
Plus.
Yeah. It's like when you go to our call, there should be like...
There we go. Oh, he's got to be a friend. You told me about this.
I did, man. I mean, we can go find him elsewhere.
I got it.
We can... I bet.
All right, chat. Thanks for joining us. We're going to get Chaotic in here in a second. Let me know what you think in the chat about my first stream. I had my training wheels on for my man B-Train helping me out here all day. Look at the strength. Man. Look at the strength.
You know what I do, man. I just come, I hang out, I say crazy stuff, and then I leave. That's my best quality.
Right.
There we go.
Wow.
All right.
First off, congrats, my guy.
Thank you.
Whoa.
It was an interesting set, to say the least.
Oh, yeah. There were some shenanigans for certain.
Definitely. I definitely think that Team Training Wheels is a great team, and they're going to be one of the teams to beat. So I'm happy we were able to give a good showing on our level.
I have only one question. Probius, that's a hero. It happened in the first game. We didn't see the ban. You didn't ban it in the second game. You just didn't fear it, right? Like that was surely it.
Nope. So essentially, game one, like we admitted, we got outdrafted. But we didn't think it was the Probius that drafted us specifically. It was just our 4-man lacking in comparison to their 4-man. And like I'm like not saying anything against the Probius player because he did play very well and he was able to outsoak the Dahaka game one. But we were like, wait a second, what if we just get a hero that can double soak and then we're fine? And then we got, and that was basically all that we needed.
Yeah, that's I kind of alluded to that. Like, obviously, all jokes aside, I crash on Probius players, but I played Chen pre-rework, so I had the same thing said about me. But like, if you play one of those weird heroes and you play it well, it's a force. And game one, he just kind of had free reign to do his thing, and I talked about it in the VOD. The ability to, you're gonna have a hard time peeling this Kerrigan and Nubarak, and I said it in between the first and second game. You guys wanted to get more aggressive. I said it looked better for you guys, and we saw it in game two. You got the Anubarak and you played just ruthless, all in, just going after it? Do you guys kind of like that style better, being more aggressive and kind of grabbing the bull by the horns?
I think so. Fade and I were both on NUES last season, and like we were in B East, but like I feel like we were one of the more aggressive teams, if not the most aggressive team, in B East last season. So first game we like played into an aggressive comp, and I don't know, we still haven't really like figured out what exactly we're doing there, but like it's something that like we're aware of and that we're 100% working on. But game two, we were just like, okay, like they had their turn, now it's our turn to like actually go ham, and I feel like we managed to do that very effectively.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you guys were like 15-0.
Yeah, chaotic. Just to see the switch from game 1 to game 2 without giving us too much insight into your strats. What did you guys talk about between games? Do you think that it kind of helped you guys take charge in the second game?
So like morale was still pretty high after game one. Like we lost it, and like we lost it pretty decisively, but the general consensus was that we lost through draft rather than through gameplay. Like we knew that as long as we got a comp that we were comfortable with, like we felt comfortable winning against that team. So that's what we ended up doing.
Yeah, pretty awesome just to see you guys not kind of remain scared just because you take a loss, and a good thing for everyone else in NGS to realize like season's first start in game 1. Yeah, just let it go if you lose and just come right back at it and take the reverse sweep there.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what our mentality was, and happy that it worked.
Awesome.
And
what else are you looking forward to this season, man?
I'm just honestly looking forward to playing with like the rest of this team. I feel like we're a very solid group. Comms are very, I don't know, positive, productive. Like I feel very much, I don't know, I don't have to be the one that's like saying 90% of things in comms, because like everybody's talking, and that's like something that I love so much. It's just so amazing to play.
Nice.
So because of that, like I don't know, I feel like we definitely have a good chance of taking Division A, and I just want to do our best to do so.
Okay, prophecy has been laid. Everybody who was here is a witness. They said now you're not saying you are, but you say you can. And that's one of those things where people will come out and just say that.
Win Division A, and we're throwing the gauntlet down. Do your worst, other team.
Honestly, you just unzipped and put it on the table, and you broke the table, and everybody else is in awe. And I feel like you have just opened the door to an entire world of juice pirates that you aren't ready for.
I think they're probably deserved if we do have that happen. But you know what? We'll deal with it when we get there.
Awesome, dude. If you want to finish off the interview here with any sort of shoutouts, you got the floor.
Sure. I've been told by Ryokai to shout out Marcus because he was apparently flaming in Twitch chat. So GG, we won. I don't know what else to say. I don't know Marcus well enough to actually give any personal insults, but get wrecked, I guess. I don't know. Aside from that, GG's to the enemy team Training Wheels again, and we were happy to play them. And then shoutouts to the rest of my team as well. They played great. I don't really have anything.
Awesome, Chaotic. Thanks for the interview. Good luck in the season, and we hope to cast you again later.
Thanks so much, and thank you for the cast.
See ya.
Later.
I was about to say, I was like, you left me, dog.
Bruh, it killed your camera.
Wait, we fixed those. I don't know. Can I? Wait, hold up. Stat.
And he's back, baby.
Hey, there we go. So they put it down, right? They put it on the table. They think they can win Div A. I mean, they look good. It's too early in the season to tell, but I feel like any team who thinks they can say something like that this early and get away with it, I think they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and now my camera's out. All right, this thing is just falling apart. But dude, it was a pleasure, an awesome way to start off the season. Both teams looked great. I'm excited to see where they go. And NGS, stay real. B-Train, final shots.
Ooh, final shout outs. I have a list, okay? First off, honored to be here for your indoctrination to casting. You gotta bright future ahead of you, kid. I want you to know that. Number 2, I'm gonna need everybody to follow all my socials: Tinder, Grindr, Bumper, eBay, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Snapchat. I think those are the only ones I got right now. On my eBay, I'm selling a trampoline. Shipping from Alaska, very expensive. That's on you, dog. But I'll give you a good price on the trampoline. Other than that, you guys know who it is. The Chen God himself. And that's all I got, man. The floor is yours.
B-Train's out. Team, it was awesome. Let me know how I'm doing, what I can do to make this not so terrible. And I will see you guys probably in a day or two. The Stroke, B-Train out. See you.